Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, we're just going to get started. Hey, this is Bones Rodriguez. You guys are here. You know me already and you know my story. But for those of you new people, as I said, my name is Bones Rodriguez. I am an actor, author, entrepreneur, born and raised here in New York City, where I live with my wife and son, which is why we have baby toys everywhere, and a high chair, and just stacks of papers. So excuse the background, but I'm doing this live video just to teach people about blogging, because a while ago I learned that you could make money online without having a day job, and what it did was that freed me up to be a full-time actor. And it took a while, but then I realized that, oh, I know something that most actors don't know, right? Because when you think about actors in New York, they all wait tables, right? We all wait tables, and all my friends wait tables and bartend, babysit, and dog walk. Those are the top ones. And then there are those who have 9 to 5s who really almost never get to go on auditions. Okay, so but I created a product. And I'll tell you all about this along the way, but the reason you're here is that you wanted to learn how to blog and create freedom in your life. And people talk about that, oh, I want financial freedom and all that, and I used to talk about that, except that until I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki named Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I didn't really understand why. And let me tell you, before I say anything else, if you haven't read that book, in my opinion, that book and the second one, actually, the Cash Flow Quadrant, are the most important books of the 21st century for regular people. Because in it, he talks about the difference between an asset and a liability. And before I get into this, I want to tell you that I mainly talk to actors, and so this talk is going to end up being probably actory, because most of you guys on here are actors and you're already on my mailing list. But after requests, people were like, well, it doesn't matter if you're an actor or not. I want to learn how to do it for my stuff. I want to learn to not have a day job, or my day job sucks, so if I can make the same money doing something else, I'd rather do that. So I'm going to try to keep this general, but the truth is I'm always usually talking to actors. So just whenever I talk about acting, or being free to go on auditions, I talk about that a lot. Just insert whatever it is you want. So if it's if you love bowling, if you want to bowl most of the day, then when I talk about acting or going on auditions or performing, just insert bowling. If you're into fishing, for whatever reason, if you're a parent and you want to stay home with your kids, which is what my wife and I both do that now. Our son Pike just turned 1 year old, and we've been with him his whole life. Probably spoiled him to death because we haven't taught him how to sleep. We didn't sleep train at all. So if you see these bags under my eyes, that's why. Actually, I should be quiet. He's sleeping now, finally. But my wife has promised that if he wakes up, she will take care of him during this. If I keep looking this way, I'm looking at my wife. Yeah, she doesn't want to come to the camera. It's okay. So Robert Kiyosaki often talks about assets and liabilities, and what the difference is between assets and liabilities. And what I tell actors, I say there are two kinds of actors: those who bring the check to the table, and those who get the check in the mail. Which would you rather be? But when I talk to non-actors, I tell them that there are two kinds of people: those who get bills in the mail and those who get checks in the mail. Who would you rather be? Okay? And believe it or not, by the time we're done here, you're going to say, oh, I can get checks in the mail. I'm actually going to show you how to do that using a blog and using something called affiliate marketing, and just using these tools so that you can understand how it works. And but until you understand the difference between an asset and a liability, it all seems like magic. Okay, at least it did to me. So I have been without a day job since 2000, so 15 years just about now. Wow. Oh, time flies. But about 15 years now, I haven't had a day job, and it's a really different life. I don't know if you can imagine what you would do with yourself during the day. A lot of people are like, oh, I have to work. I didn't say I don't work. I'm working now. right? I didn't say I don't work, but my work now consists of, you know, creating scripts and shooting stuff that I want, or performing improv out here in New York, doing shows for kids, writing books. I have something like 8 books on Amazon, making courses like this, you know, performing, all this stuff. I do a lot of improv, and I do a ton of commercials, by the way. If you, sometimes people want to look me up. They're like, oh, his IMDb credits. He only has 4 IMDb credits, some full-time actor, right? But meantime, you know, stage, improv, and commercial work aren't on IMDb, if you even know what that is. That's actor. This is the actor talk I'm talking about. Internet Movie Database, and commercials aren't on there. But in the meantime, you know, people who are like, oh, you're such a full-time actor, how come I don't see you on there? You know, I do a lot of commercials. My acting business does well with commercials. And I, you know, to date, I've earned $390,000 as an actor. Most people can't say that. But the reason is because I'm free all day to go on every audition I want to. Does that make sense? So what would you do with your time when you have it free? This past year, I spent a lot of time at the playground with my son, you know, and it's the best thing in the world. If you're younger than that and you don't, you know, if you're like, I'm never having kids, I get it. You might change your mind, and hopefully I wish I'd done it earlier. I mean, he's the best thing. I cannot kiss him enough. Cannot kiss him enough. Anyway, so when you have your days free, what are you gonna do? And that's why you're gonna listen to me for the next little while, and that's why you're going to want to get whatever notes you can. If you have a, you know, Post-its, I have a Post-it here to keep myself on track. You can see I talk fast, and I do things enthusiastically. That's why I'm good for commercials. And so instead of being, you know, cop, sour face cop, it's not my thing. You know, my thing is smiling. So assets and liabilities. What's the difference between an asset and liability? Well, according to Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and The Cash Flow Quadrant, those 2 books you must get, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Now, before I read that, I thought an asset was just something expensive that you had that maybe you could sell. You know, like, oh, a car is an asset, right? If you sit with a banker, they'll tell you, oh, a car is your asset, but it is not, because a car takes money out of your pocket, especially a nice one. It takes money out of your pocket, right? But if you rent your car out, it can be an asset for you, right? But what I like talking to people about is vending machines. You know, I didn't think about it before, but if you walk by a vending machine, that is someone's business. Someone owns that vending machine. And when you go and you buy, you know, now you go buy your soda from the machine, you put your money in the machine, and boom, the soda goes, and you go. You know, the person who owns that machine made money. And you know what, now, I was just at Columbia a little while ago, and they have credit card swipes on the vending machines. And I was like, wow, credit card swipes. So the guy doesn't even have to go and change money out. You know, not that they do. They probably pay somebody to do that. But if you think about the idea of a vending machine, right? There's a machine that's there, and it's filled with different products, and people go buy those products, and you collect the money because you own the machine, okay? Well, I talk to people about owning online vending machines. And that's how I was able to get free of my day job so that I could pursue my acting career. I bought a course that was like $1,000 that sounded like total crap, but I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn how to do this type of stuff, you know? So I bought it, and at the time I learned how to buy the rights to somebody else's book and then create little ads on Google when Google had kind of just come out. And, you know, when I made more sales than I did in spending in ads, then I got to keep that money, and it was like amazing. I lost money the first little while I was doing it, and then, like, you know, I learned, and then I made 20 bucks one day. I tell everybody that the day I made that 20 bucks completely changed my life, because I could see that having that was an asset. It put money in my pocket. In fact, I was at a rehearsal when I realized I had made 20 bucks that day. And I tried to explain why I was so excited to my people I was rehearsing with. And they were like, it's 20 bucks, so what? You know, no, so what? But what they didn't realize is that if you could make 20 bucks, you could make 200, you could make 2,000. It's just a matter of, you know, tweaking along the way. So let me give you another example. So most people think that their house is an asset. Okay, you live in, if you own your home, you live in, you think it's your asset. But according to that definition, it's a liability, because as you're living there, it takes money out of your pocket, right? You have to pay the bank the mortgage. And the way you know it's not yours is that when you stop paying the mortgage, they come take your house. It's their asset, because think about it. Every liability is somebody else's asset. So your home, while you're paying the mortgage, is putting money in the bank's pockets, okay? Now, when you own it, you're not putting money in the bank's pockets, but you still got to pay taxes and insurance and whatever that. So it still takes money out of your pocket. However, if you own a property that you rent out, let's say the mortgage is $1,000, but you rent it out for $1,500, that 500 bucks, that makes it an asset for you, right? And every month you make that 500 bucks. And if the tenants leave and you suddenly have to pay that 1,000, then it's a liability, okay? But I talk about something that's much simpler, safer, and makes a lot more sense to people in this arena, and that is the idea of an online vending machine. And in this case, I'm going to talk to you about a blog being the machine, okay? The machine is a blog, and if you don't know what a blog is a kind of website, okay? Most people, when I tell them I do online businesses, they're like, oh, I want to build a website. They're all George Bush. I want to build a website. Yeah, it's a blog. That's a kind of website. It is a web log, and that's how blog came to be. It's kind of like a diary. It's updated. You kind of always put things on it. If you think about the way you Facebook, you can put anything you put up as a status, you could also put on your blog. They call Facebook and Twitter, they call those microblogging. That makes more sense. Anytime you go to a website and read the articles on there, they're usually blog posts. They just sound, they're official if they're articles. Huffington Post is actually just one huge blog. BuzzFeed is just a huge blog. And most people think that you make money with a blog by selling ad space on them. And you can. But the average person, me, I don't make money that way. I show people a different way. And the way we do that is through something called affiliate marketing. And what that means is that there are products out there in the internet that will pay you when someone buys their product because of you. So when you're cruising BuzzFeed, right, and one of those ads there for that thing that you looked at last week on Amazon, when you click on and you buy that thing from Amazon, BuzzFeed made money, okay? And you can do that too. I'm actually going to show you how to do that with Amazon, but it's not the way I became free. And frankly, I'm not going to teach you. I'm going to show you how that works, but that can't get you. It can get someone a full-time income. It can get BuzzFeed a full-time income. It won't. It's unlikely that it'll get you a full-time income. It doesn't get me. So I'm just going to show you how that works so you get the concept. I'm going to do some screen sharing so you can see. I just want to make sure I got the foundation. Yeah, assets and liabilities. So you want to create more assets in your life. Now most people only have a job for their asset, and it's not because they don't own it. They don't own the job. The only way people make money usually is trading time for money. But people, right? Especially an online vending machine, they're buying it 24/7. Whether you're bowling or fishing or acting or rehearsing, sleeping, having sex, making a baby, hanging out at the playground, all those times my online vending machines are making money. My blog is making money for me because it is selling things for me that people want, not like, junk, I don't know, stuff that people find that they want. They find the thing they want on my blog, they buy it, and the product manufacturer pays me. Make sense? So, you know, I'm going to show you kind of go through. I'm going to show you with Amazon because everybody knows Amazon. I'm going to expose their big secret. The reason why Amazon is so big is because they have a huge affiliate program. So any company that gives away some of the sales is called having an affiliate program. Now, if you think about it, if you buy something from Target, if you buy like, you know, I don't know, a board game from Target, if you think about it, Target usually bought it first at a lower price and then they sell it at a higher price. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that with technology now, you know, you could have that same board game on your site without buying it first. People just clicking and buying it and then you getting the money. Does that make sense? Like with technology now, you don't have to buy it up front. What? That's why I can be free. Otherwise, it would be like shipping out things all the time. People talking about, oh, I make things on Etsy. Hey, great. That's awesome. But that's a lot of time, you know, crocheting hats, if that's what you're doing, you know. If you're an eBay seller, then you are shipping stuff out all the time, or you're paying someone to ship out all the time. Great. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about letting somebody be on your website, clicking, buying, and letting the company that makes the thing send it to the customer. Okay? So the reason why Amazon got so huge is that they have a really big affiliate program. I'm going to show you right now how it works. So you might want to grab a pen. You know, you might not, but I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to share my full screen. So here's Amazon, okay? Here's Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon, okay? And here's one of my books. This is my book, Half-Assed Health, How to Look Good Naked Without Starving, Suffering, or Surgery. Okay, it's one of my books by John Bones Rodriguez. In fact, let's go to my author page for a second. So I've written a bunch of books. So I'm a big Star Trek fan. My most popular book is this one, Captain Kirk's Guide to Women, How to Romance Any Woman in the Galaxy. This is a book I wrote about YouTube. This is about you know, getting healthy. Look at those abs. I kind of work on those. Since I've been a dad, it's been a little harder to keep those abs. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of kids shows, as I mentioned. So I've written 2 kids books. I wrote about kindness. I've written a bunch of books. Okay, I got some more this way, and stuff like that. So let's talk about half-assed health for a second. Okay, let's just go take a look at this book. So this happens to be my book, but let's pretend like it's not. Okay, let's pretend it's not, and it's just some book. Well, anybody can become an affiliate of Amazon and actually sell this book. Amazon does the work and you keep some money. So if you'll notice, I have something very different on my Amazon page than probably you do. It's this bar right here. This bar right here, okay? This Amazon Associates bar. You can sign up to be an Amazon associate, and then you'll have this bar. And you know, you send them all your information, including your social security number and stuff, because they got to send you money. So you know what? Anybody who wants to send me money, you know, if you want to send me checks, then yeah, you can have my social security number. Make sense? Okay. So just like a job, if you went to a job, they need your social security number so they can make you checks. Same thing. So here's this Amazon Associates bar. And this comes up on any product that I'm looking at. So let's say this isn't mine, but I'm sorry, this is mine, but let's pretend like it's not. And I decide I want to promote this product and get a commission from it. Well, I can click this, link to this page. See this? Now, you've probably seen an ad like this on a blog somewhere, right? This ad, you've probably seen this on web pages somewhere. Oh, right? This is the code that I could copy and paste, okay, somewhere on a website, on a blog, and this is what will come up. And if people click on here and buy this book, I get paid a little bit of commission. Now, as the author, I get paid more, but that's not the important part. The important part is that that's how you become an affiliate. Look, you can also have a short link. You can just send people to this little link right here, and people can buy that book. Okay? This is how simple it can be. You can just click this Facebook share. Oh, look at that. Let me log in. I don't know why. Let me log in to my Facebook. just to show you. So look, all of a sudden now it's asking me if I want to post this. I can post something about this. This is an awesome book. You should get sexy, or use it to get, yeah, use it to get sexy before the fall. Okay, and I can just share the link. Boom. Okay, and now it's on my timeline. You want to take a look at it? Let's take a look at it. Bones. Okay, so this is my cute guy. So see this? This is an awesome book. Use it to get sexy before the fall. So anyone who comes and clicks on this now, you know, let's say you come to my Facebook, come and click on this link. It goes right to Amazon. If you buy it, I get paid. Boom, okay? Now, as the author, I also get paid. That's pretty damn cool, right? Well, you can also just post that link up on a blog, okay? And Facebook, by the way, doesn't like when people do this a lot. So, you know, so when I show people this, they're like, oh, I'm going to do that all the time. A, Facebook doesn't like when you do it all the time. B, you're not going to make any money. Why? Because if you bought this book, it's only $5. How much do you think you make if by doing that? You make almost nothing. Maybe 5 cents. Maybe you make 5 cents. And doing little 5-cent things like this, you're never going to make a full-time income. Okay? But that's just one way you can do that. The other way, as I mentioned before, was you can put it on a blog. So you are right now you're probably on this blog, okay? And it's a blog that looks something like this. This is mine. It looks something like this, you know. And in fact, let's do something cool. This is the video you're watching right now. This is the video you're watching right now. It's like 30 seconds behind me. So see, this is me talking about half-ass health. So how cool is that, right? You're on this right now. But I'm going to pause this. But let's take a look at another blog post. So I wrote this blog post, "The treadmill is stealing your sexiness," right? I know, shocking title. And, you know, I tell people muscle is sexy, marathoners don't have any, they look skinny but flabby and unsexy. Look, which would you rather, this body or this body? This body or this body, you know? And so look at this, in half-assed health, right? I use that link that I showed you. This is my blog, and I wrote a post about treadmill versus sprinting. If you click on the half-assed health, where does it take you? To Amazon. So you can do that, okay? But like I said, you're only going to make 5 cents, right? So I teach people to find stuff that pays you much better, and things that people actually want. They want my book. People want my book when I promote it well, but otherwise, people don't randomly find my book too often. You know, they buy it sometimes, which is great, but you know, I use my blog in other ways. Okay. So I'm going to stop screen sharing for a sec. I just want to stop and see if there are any questions or whatever. So let me check my post-it. I want to make sure. Okay, great. So I showed you that Amazon has an affiliate program. Okay, and as I mentioned, you can't make any money. I mean, some people make money with the Amazon affiliate program. Those people have a lot of oceans of traffic. Okay, and they make blog posts all the time that are like found by the computers, so that if someone's looking up half-assed health, that their blog maybe gets there so that they can buy it. But really, if you wanted to do that, it's pretty time-consuming. It's a lot of the rules change for search engines all the time, and you have to update stuff. It's a tough game, and frankly, if you want to be free, it's probably not the best use of your time. Some people do very well with it. Okay, that's not how I do it, and it's, you know, for me, my time is more important than the income. For some of you, that's going to be opposite. You know, great. But what I'm going to show you now is a better way to be an affiliate, and a way that will generate better money for you. You know, so I created a course. I created something called No More Waiters, and I'm going to screen share. Let me just. Okay, cool. I am going to screen share again, and I'm just going to show you a product I made, a different product I made called No More Waiters. Okay. This is No More Waiters. I mentioned before that I'm an actor, right? So I wrote this. Oh, this is. I got to change that. So, you know, how I finally got an agent, quit my day job, and made $85,000 acting on TV. Now, this is geared toward actors. Like I mentioned, there are two kinds of actors: those who bring the check to the table, those who get the check in the mail, right? Well, you know, I kind of wrote this whole course, and I made some videos for it, and I put all these things together, see, for actors, and I put in some of my books that you saw before, and a Facebook course, okay? And people buy this. They either buy the $27 package, the $97, or the $500 package, okay? But because I know what I'm doing, because I showed people, because I'm showing people how to do this stuff, I have an affiliate program for this, right? And I pay out 56%, not 5 cents, 56%. So when someone sends someone to this page and they buy the $27 page, whoever sent them here gets 15 bucks. Whoever, if they buy the 97, you get 50 bucks. The limit is 150 bucks. So, you know, when people come and buy this, the $500 package through an affiliate, the affiliate makes 150 bucks. Now, you know, for many people, for most people, if you made 150, if you made one sale of these a day, that's $150 a day, one sale. That is a full-time income. That's like 50 grand in a year, right? So, you know, that's a better use of your time than selling some things on Amazon for 5 cents, if that makes sense, if you understand that, okay? So finding products like this, like mine, is part of the game, part of what you do, and finding out who wants this type of stuff. Now, I happen to know who wants this stuff, actors, because that's who I wrote it for, and because I'm one, and you know, I created this solution for actors, and also I wanted to help them get paid from it. So that's something that I created. Now let me stop screen sharing again. Stop. Okay. So question, how do I become an affiliate? So you become an affiliate a couple different ways. It depends on which way you want to go about it. But some companies you can go to, like some websites and some companies that have like a lot of different products, so you can just sign up for that company's stuff. There are other places where they have they run the affiliate program for other companies, and you can kind of sign up with them. There's some that you pay monthly to be a part of, and those get higher commissions, right? So I mentioned before that you can get you get 5 cents from Amazon. It's free to sign up. You know, it's free to sign up for Amazon, so they pay a lot lower. But you know, there's some that you can pay like 20 bucks and get higher commissions, and so, you know, things like that. So there's a bunch of different ways to be an affiliate, and you know, we can get into that maybe later if I have time. I doubt we will. But you know, there are a bunch of other questions. Ads. Yeah, so you could fill up your blog with ads, right? You could fill up your blog with like Amazon ads and things like that. So the question basically is like, if I mentioned that, you know, people think you make money with ads, but what I'm telling you is to be an affiliate, but I kind of said you make ads for other things. That's true. But instead of having someone pay for the ad space, you are advertising something, so you keep the money. And if you think about it, that makes sense, right? Like, of course, if something's valuable to other people, it's probably more valuable to you. You know what I'm saying? If someone comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, I like your necklace. I'd like to buy it from you for 5,000 bucks." You should know that it's probably worth 10. You know what I'm saying? So you're better off, in my opinion, you're better off being an affiliate for products, and that way you get to control what's in your vending machine. Okay? You control what's in your vending machine, and you get the money from what's in your vending machine, as opposed to, you know, letting little spots, finding people who want to pay you probably less than they're going to make for those spots. Okay? You could. In my opinion, that's not what I teach. It's not how I am free. That would drive me crazy anyway. Who else? I gotta find people who want to advertise in my blog. Okay, so let me just see. Permanent ads, grows with time. Okay, so why a blog versus like a website? So I mentioned before, a blog is something that you kind of keep up with. You put different information. So I tell people that you want to have a blog about a specific niche, about a specific type of person that speaks to a certain type of people. So one of my blogs is for my Star Trek book. It's full, you know, I write about Star Trek stuff. One of my tips in half-assed health is to fill a jug of water and finish it before you go to bed. So mission accomplished for the day. That's how you know that you had enough water for the day. You have in one jug. Okay, a free tip from me. So you know, a blog. The search engines like blogs because, you know, you fill them with articles and they can tell it's for a particular person. So like my Star Trek blog is all about nerd stuff, and so, you know, when people are looking up nerd stuff, it comes up. If that makes sense. And I haven't done it in a while because I don't own the Star Trek book. Simon & Schuster owns it. I had to sell it to them, so I don't really keep up with that blog because I don't make that much money from my Star Trek stuff. But I do for my other stuff, so that's where I put my time. Okay. So easy to make. Oh, and so, you know, there are easier blogs to create and, you know, harder blogs to create. You know, when people work with me, I show them the easiest way to get a blog set up, the easiest things to have to be affiliates for, and the things that kind of go with what your personality is. So if you want to create a blog that's about cats, great, let's show you how to make a cat blog. And if you're into actor stuff, great, let's show you about actor stuff. If you have no idea, then even better, frankly, even better, because we'll show you one of the 3 evergreen niches, the ones that like are always popular, that people always want to be a part of, and people always buy stuff in. You know, when you work with me, we talk about that type of stuff. So freedom is a niche fund. So I wanted to make sure I told you guys that, you know, when I'm blogging, it's not like I'm working, because I'm just talking about stuff I want to talk about anyway. So if, you know, with a blog, you know, a lot of the, as I was mentioning, some of the resistance people get is like, oh, well, I don't know what I would want to talk about. You don't need to be the person. You know, you can find articles from other places. In fact, that blog that I showed you, that blog post, the Half-Assed Health blog post, I was actually talking about a Huffington Post article in there. Okay, so, you know, that can be done, and it's pretty simple. So, you know, the reason I like the blog so much, the reason I talk to people about it, or, you know, people come to me, and why I recommend that people do that, is because you spend your working time, you know, in something you're interested in. You know, if you're interested in, you know, kinds of baseball bats from around the world, and, you know, different baseball stuff, yo, people are interested in baseball, right? So, you know, you get to blog about that when you want. You know, some people want to blog all the time. Some people want to blog once a week. Some people want to blog once a month. It doesn't matter. It's a matter of how many things you want in your vending machine, how popular you want it to be. You know, like I mentioned before, if you make one $150 sale a day, you could call it that. Maybe that's all you want to do. You know. So anyway, if you can imagine yourself, you know, wanting to blog, wanting to have your own online vending machine that pays you no matter what you're doing. So, you know, sometimes I wake up and I check, you know, I'm happy to wake up because I check my phone to see who put money in my PayPal. Okay? I love going to the mailbox because some places, if you can believe it, don't direct deposit yet. I get money in my PayPal, money in my bank account, and money in the mailbox. Not all the time, not every single day, and overflowing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having a full-time income with part-time work so that I can be a full-time anything, right? Full-time. Now, you know, people know me as being a full-time actor, and I talk about that all the time, but the truth is that if you think about it, I'm a full-time anything I want. I'm a full-time author, right? Because I've written books, so I'm a full-time author. I still continue to write books. I'm a full-time father, right? So, you know, you can do that. If what you actually want to do in life is not be controlled by somebody else, then this is a good option for you, okay? And I make no promises of income or anything like that. But what I've chosen to do, I put together a course. What I did was I got a bunch of actors together who wanted to learn these things. And I created a course, and it's called Part-Time Blogger, Full-Time Freedom. And the reason I was going to call it Part-Time Blogger, Full-Time Actor because that's what I was, what I am, and what they were interested in. But just along the way, it became obvious that so many more people were interested in it than I kind of initially thought. So it's called Part-Time Blogger, Full-Time Freedom. And it consists of 4 live sessions that are actually just like this, me sharing my screen, talking live like this, giving you insights, and you know, you'll hear as I help people create 9 different blogs. Well, it's not 9 because it's like 6 different blogs, different interests, different people, creating an income generating blog. Going straight from how to be an affiliate, signing up for all the different programs and which ones are best. You know, I'm not a member of a whole lot. There's some people who are members of a whole lot of different programs. I'm a member of a few, like 10, okay? But really make most of my income from one. So I kind of taught people just to kind of concentrate on the one, if that makes sense. And it's one that's a robust, you know, a big niche, so people could make an income from there, along with being affiliates for other things. And it consists of 4 videos. They're each about an hour and a half. It's just like this: screen sharing, me talking. There's homework. There's kind of like, you know, since when I did it live, it was over the course of 4 weeks. You can take as long as you want or do it as quickly as you want. But there's homework to do in each section. And, you know, you'll see me critique at the end of the thing. I critique other people's blogs. And I continue to do that. I continue to do that now. I have my own group of coaching people who, you know, they send me their stuff and I critique them and I help them. If they're, hey, I want to know how to get more traffic to this page. Oh, well, here's an idea. You know, I teach people the simple ways to get people to your blog, which is not trying to make Google get to it. You know, you use Facebook and you use YouTube, and you know, those are the 2 second biggest search engines, so just use those. You know, there's this thing called the Pareto principle. It's the 80-20 rule, that 80% of your efforts, sorry, 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. So I just concentrate on that 20%, the stuff that is perfect to create a freedom in your life. You know, if you're someone who wants to create your own books, I talk about that a little bit. If you're someone who wants to, you know, make a whole business for your own, like I did with No More Waiters, you can do that too. You know, you can take this course because I end up promoting my No More Waiter stuff through the blog. Do you hear that? I end up promoting my No More Waiter stuff through the blog. I promote my own books through the blog. I promote other people's stuff through the blog. Okay? So in the course, you're going to learn, go more in depth with everything I've taught you here about where to find other assets, you know, in life and online, aside from the things that you're going to put in your vending machine. You're going to learn about how to keep your time, you know, what the best use of your time is, and really have an understanding about this future we're creating. We're creating the future that's coming. Because, I mean, you know, in the news the other day, apparently McDonald's is now starting to use kiosks for ordering, right? To get rid of all the fast food workers. So I don't know what the future is going to be, but I know that, you know, robots and computers are going to take over more and more of our lives. So why not use them to build your security, your wealth, you know, to build trust in yourself and to make, like, you know, the life that you want to lead. When someone else, you know, this is kind of harsh, but someone said it to me, so I'm going to pass it on. Someone said to me, hey, Bones, when I had the day job, someone said, hey, Bones, you know, when someone else controls your time and your money, they control your life. And I got to tell you, I am not employable anymore. I worked for a friend of mine a couple of years ago. I did like a gig for him. It was like a 6-month gig for him, and you know, it was being it was kind of a half acting gig and a half marketing gig. And I learned that I just don't work for other people well anymore. I don't, you know, office politics, and you know, I like results being the thing, not somebody's, you know, ego. Much rather get results from myself and my wallet than somebody's ego having control over my time and money. What? I mean, forget that, you know? And it's been so long now that, you know, when I hear people talk about that, it's mind-boggling to me. You know, as a parent, it's funny when I take Pike alone to the park, to the playground. We're here in the Upper West Side of New York, and there are a lot of nannies. There are a lot of nannies, and I've met, like all of them, I've met a lot of nannies. I've met a lot of, you know, wives who have the kid and while their husband's out to work, like from the morning to late at night, you know. I meet very few fathers. I'm not being sexist. I'm just saying I meet very few fathers. And I'm always kind of paranoid that they think I'm either like some creepy, some creepy guy, or that like I have a husband. You know what I mean? Which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not. It's just not the truth. That's all. And so, you know, I don't know where you are in life. If you're like 20-something, just out of school, and realizing that you owe all this money to your college, and your college did not teach you how to make any. They taught you how to look for a job along with every other college student. You know, if you're $30,000 in debt, if you're $100,000 in debt, if you're $100,000 in debt and your diploma is good enough to get you a $30,000 job, a $40,000 job, the math doesn't work. That's bad math, right? I did that. I came out owing a bunch of money. Fortunately, I learned other things. I learned things that not everybody else already knew. If everybody knows the same thing you do, your value goes down, right? But I've learned all this new stuff, so I get to charge $500 for some recordings, right? So why don't you learn how to do that? So I'm going to show you, you know, how you can, if you want the course, you know, like as I mentioned, it's 4 videos. I do screen shares and stuff like that. There's support materials, and you'll get all this other stuff with it. But I just want to show you how to get there. And what's cool about it is that it's been in front of you the whole time. Oops, wait, I mean to screen share. Share. You are on a blog, right? You're on a blog that looks something like this. You're watching the video that looks something like this, right? In fact, let's click live so we can see. Hey, right? This is me talking a couple seconds ago. And on this blog, I'm going to pause it. There's a link right down here. It says, by the way, this is a secret. Okay? If learning how to blog, learning how to, you know, be in control of your own time and money, create your own money, sounds good to you, then click the link down here that says, by the way, this is a secret. Okay? It's a lot less than you expect. I think most people is going to expect it to be, you know, I know in my other courses, so this blog course could be $2,000, but you get everything here for, I'm not going to say, I'm not even going to say, because it's a really ridiculously low price. They're recordings. It's part of my passion to help other people learn this stuff. So if you're on a blog like this, and you should be, and with watching the video, click the link right down here. you'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't want to go through a whole, oh, it's worth $2,000, but you know, if you order now, it'll be less, and I just don't want to bother. You know, I don't want to do all that because it's priced extremely reasonably for what it is. You can actually change your life. Remember, I mentioned that $20 changed my life. Okay, I bought the course for $1,000. I bought the course for $1,000. I made $20, and I was like, oh my God, because you know a business person thinks that way. A person who's going to be an employee forever pays $100,000 for a diploma that pays them $40,000. Right? A business person says, man, if I can pay $1,000 and learn to make and learn pay $1,000 once and learn to continue to make 20, let's do it. Because if you can make 20 50 times, you're even. And from then on, all asset. Make sense? So this very course can be an asset for you. What you learn in here is going to be how to create an online vending machine that can be an asset for you, that puts money in your pocket 24/7, whether you are eating, sleeping, reading, having sex, rehearsing, bowling, fishing, you know, drawing, having ice cream, being at the playground, whatever it is, crocheting, knitting, whatever it is, you can do that. Now, I make no guarantees of income. I make 0 guarantees of income, okay? It's just like anything else. And here's something I want to tell you. What I learned when I was researching my half-assed health book, I learned something about gyms, like workout gyms. All the people in gyms, they all join in January, right? Like 80% of people join a gym in January because they want to change, you know, they want to make turn over a new leaf and make a new body for themselves throughout the new year. And gyms bill you monthly whether you go or not, right? What percentage of people never go to the gym even though they're paying? Now, I don't mean rarely go. I don't mean only go once. I mean never ever enter the doors. They pay in January, never enter the doors of the gym. 67% of people who pay for their gym membership never go. Do gyms work? Absolutely. Of course they do. You have to use the gym, right? So if you want to have an asset like this that can pay you, so you can have this full-time freedom, you can be a part-time blogger and full-time freedom. You can work at 11 o'clock at night if you want, 11:30 in the morning for half an hour or an hour or whatever, and go on. You can do it as much as you want or as little as you want. Up to you. If that sounds like a great idea to you, if you've ever thought about, wow, I would love to get rid of this day job so I can go do the thing I really want to do, so I can go be the person I really want to be, then I'm going to encourage you to click that link below and get started. Get the recordings and just get started right now. You can get started like immediately. You're going to it's a PayPal link. You're going to go get it, and then someone will send you the password to get through. And you know, within 24 hours, you're gonna get a password, you can get through, and then that'll be it can be your new income, your new asset. It doesn't have to be your new career. It can be just an asset that pays you. I don't know if vending machine owners walk around saying, I'm a vending machine owner. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't tell people I'm a blogger. I say I'm an actor, author, entrepreneur. That's what I say. You know why? Because I spend a lot of time acting, writing, and building businesses and making cool things. Because that's what I want to do. I actually want to add father to that, but it sounds kind of corny. What do you do? Oh, I'm a father. I'm a father. It just sounds like you know, my wife works all day and I stay home. That's what it sounds like, right? So I'm not gonna do that. But you can do whatever you want. So if you're in your 20s, you know, and you have a diploma and you realize that you had 4 years of fun and now you have no skills whatsoever to make any money, because that's the truth. That's the truth. then I hope you take this time right now to spend a little bit to invest in yourself and in your brain, because all business is stuff in your brain. That's all it is. Okay? I hope you take that advantage. If you're in your 30s and you've realized you're tired of working already because you see, you see the path you're on, all you gotta do is look at your boss. You're gonna be that person in a few years, maybe, unless you get fired and have to switch, because let's face it, most people have a bunch of different jobs, right? Imagine that, going through the job process again. Oh, they downsized, so now I gotta get resumes out again and go on LinkedIn. Hey, who wants a job for me on LinkedIn? Hey, anybody on LinkedIn have a job for me? You know, what can you do? Oh, anything. Oh, well, I've been doing this for 10 years. Oh, great. That we don't need people to do that anymore. We get the computer to do that now. Oh. You know? But if for some reason you're at a company that is going to be around, you think you're going to have that, all you got to do is look forward. Look 5 years ahead. Your boss, that's who you're going to be, or 10 years, whatever. Do you want that person's job? One of my friends is constantly going between, she's an attorney, and she goes between like working at some high-level firm and then doing like a nonprofit, and neither one, is everything she wants. I don't know that she would love doing this, but I can't help but feel like if you have an asset coming in, you kind of get to do what you want. So I don't know. It's not for everybody. Look, if you like having somebody tell you when to get up, when you can have lunch, how much house you can afford, how much family you can afford, if you like somebody else doing all that for you, hey, then you probably wouldn't be. By now you would have clicked off all this. By now you'd be like, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear any of that. Right? But right now you have the opportunity to get control of your time and money. Even if it's just like, oh, I just want an extra couple $100 to like pay my mortgage faster. Hey, great. Totally up to you. I make no promises of income, but it's better to get ideas in your head. When it came time to promote my Star Trek book, I had no idea how to promote it. None. I was just writing and was interested in Star Trek. So I found some woman who coached people on book promotion. And I paid this woman $1,000 an hour to consult with me about that. $1,000 an hour. An hour. $1,000 an hour. But here's the thing. I knew that for every book sale I made $7, right? So I just needed her expertise to show me how to sell an extra 150 books. Right? Because I was thinking about it as an investment in me, in my mind, and in what I was going to do in the future. Because I've taken that $1,000 an hour consultation that really, one sentence made all the difference for me, by the way. One sentence made all the difference for me. That was a $1,000 sentence, which I was happy to pay for. And it has helped me promote every single book from then on. So this course can be like that for you. Are you worth it? Is what you want to do worth it? By now you know that, I don't know, you know that I know what I'm talking about. By now you know that if you want to do this or not. And I don't want to hit it. I don't want to be like, get it now. If that sounds like something if it sounds like the change in your life you want, if having more time freedom, having more control over your life, having more options, that sounds like something you want to know more about, then click below and get the recordings, get the course. All right, I'll tell you the big secret. And such a pushover. You can email me in from there, and I help people because they send me their homework and I'll critique, and you have opportunities to be part of my inner circle and help each other. We do that. So if you're in your 40s and you realize you're tired, click below. If you're in your 50s and you want to learn about this internet thing, you better hurry up. You better hurry up, because you're probably going to get, I don't want to say, it's possible that someone younger is going to take your job, right? It's the economy we're in. That's how the system works now. So the thing is to make yourself valuable with your skills and ideas and learning. Okay? So anyway, I hope you learned a lot on here. So I'm just going to recap so that you make sure you take stuff away from here, okay? It is assets and liabilities. Try to find out what an asset is. Anytime you pay for something, realize it's somebody else's asset. How can you get to the other side of the table, right? So I pay my Netflix every month. I pay my HBO. How can I make my entertainment an asset? How can I get it to pay me? I do. I make videos that pay me, right? Think about this. This video pays me. The video you're watching right now pays me. Okay? Because some people have bought already and aren't listening to me. Some people have been like, no, I want this right now, and have bought while this is going on, right? And you know, that might turn some people off, but then, hey, great. You know, I want that for you. Okay? You're gonna find affiliate programs instead of trying to, you know, fill up your site with ads, because you're just not gonna get a full-time income that way. You know, the more you blog, and the more you blog about stuff you're excited about, the better. You know, everybody has their topic, right? If you're anti-gun, then get on that, man. If you're pro-peace, get on that. If you like cats, dogs, a specific kind of dog, if you're into Star Trek, Star Wars, all the Marvel comics, if you're into playing video games, if you're into being an actor, if you're into movies, all that, everything that you have like a passion about, you can create a blog and a business around that. Okay? And actually in the course, on the 4th video, I talked about the super sub niche, and that is where you take it from earning $150 a sale to make $3,000 a sale. $3,000 a sale. I don't do that every day. I like those days, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay? And the whole thing is that to get the skills so you can create freedom in your life. Maybe you're both working if you're a couple and you want one of you to be able to stay home, right? You can do that because, man, having a job's expensive. Having a job's expensive because you get, you know, all the taxes, and you have to get to and fro, and you have to eat while you're over there and whatever. It's expensive having a job. Being at home isn't nearly expensive. Anyway, so my name's been Bones Rodriguez. You know, click on the link below, get the recordings, learn the stuff. I know you can do it. It's so much simpler than you think it is, and than most people think it is. And you know, it's how I blogged my way to a full-time income. I know you can do it too, and I believe in you. And I want to leave you with this. There are two kinds of people: those that get bills in the mail, those who get checks in the mail. If you want to be that second kind, the people who get checks in the mail, click that link below. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.